Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Full Retard by Mentally Damaged. We have a few stories from I Don't Work Here Lady for you today, so sit back and relax. I don't work here, but I used to. A few days ago I was shopping with my grandma because she offered to buy me some new clothes, and who doesn't want new clothes? So we went to a pretty popular clothing store that I used to work and where a few of the employees still know me. There's no uniform at this place except on the weekends the employees have to wear red and denim, otherwise they wear business casual. At least there wasn't a specific dress code when I worked there, so it may have changed. I was wearing a pair of jeans and a plain t-shirt with a flannel tied around my waist, and it was a Thursday. My grandma asked me if I remembered wear a certain brand of clothing, so I pointed her in the direction that I remembered it being in, and we parted ways to find the things we needed. I was looking through some t-shirts on a table, and any time I would open one to look at it, I folded it and put it back neatly. Apparently I can't do that if I don't work at the store, because here comes a lady very huffy and puffy. Me, lady, why is there no one at this register? Exclamation. Aren't you supposed to be in charge of the register on the floor? Me, no ma'am, I don't actually work here. Lady, then why were you folding those shirts helping out another woman? Me, that woman was my grandma, and I was putting the shirts back after I looked at it. I don't work. Lady, stop lying to me. Where is your manager? Me, I have no idea who the manager on shift is right now, but I can guarantee that they won't recognize me. A deaf employee comes by to put away clothes. She recognizes me and signs a short greeting. Lady, noticing the deaf woman signing to me, you do work here. Ma'am, are you the manager? She doesn't answer because she doesn't see her ma'am. Y'all employees are rude. Me, she's deaf and she's not the manager. She can't hear you to even be able to ignore. Lady, I'ma go to this other register and report the both of y'all. Luckily I didn't see her after that. I heart confrontation, so that sucked, and I really hurried my shopping up so I could leave without seeing her again. Up next we have That Girl Doesn't Work Here. That's my daughter. Not as insane as a lot of these other stories, but I wanted to share. It was my 12th birthday, and that year I wanted some new tennis shoes, so my parents took me shopping at Academy. Because sometimes the shoes inside don't match the label, I was opening the boxes and replacing them if I wanted to look at them. I was wearing a teal and tucked t-shirt with baggy jeans, and I was also 12, but I guess the act of putting things back where they belonged made me look like an employee somehow. A lady walked up to me and asked if I knew where something. I said no, sorry, and walked away since I was pretty shy and I was still shopping. A few minutes later I sat down to try on a pair, and my mom was checking out some of the shoes when she overheard the same lady talking to a manager out of my earshot. She was complaining about some rude employee, how she shouldn't treat their customers like that, etc. The manager asked what she looked like, and a teal t-shirt, brown hair. Excuse me, but are you talking about that girl over there? Yes. Was she horrible to you too? No, and that girl doesn't work here. That's my daughter. I didn't hear any of this, my mom told me afterwards, but I remember my mom going back to again and chewing her out. Maybe because she used to work retail, was happy to finally be on the other side. Or maybe she was just sticking up for me, I don't know. Next we have from the early 90s. I live in the UK and at the time attended senior school. On my way home from school, my mum asked me to pick up some milk from the local supermarket as I made my way home. Whilst at the supermarket looking at the milk trying to remember what milk my mum asked me to get, this woman suddenly asks me where 4X was. Being an 11 to 12-year-old, I didn't know the supermarket layout that much, so I tell her, dunno, ask one of those supermarket employees over there. Her face, now she has my full attention, was red, like she was chewing a wasp. An oldish woman, late 60s at a guest with a dark grey coat on. Well, why don't you know? She snaps at, I don't work here. She squints at my school uniform. You look like you should. With that she wanders off towards the staff I had previously pointed out. And our last story of the episode, employee uses me as his expert. So this is my first time posting. here, hoping it goes well. This is also a bit of a positive take on the "Lady I Don't Work Here" story, as it ended rather well, so not entirely sure it goes here. Some context: I frequent my local Best Buy whenever I can, partly to support the local jobs it creates. It's also giant Best Buy with all of their extras in-house for talk: Magnolia, Samsung, Apple, Microsoft, a full PC gaming with almost every peripheral on display, and a home audio section with the Polk Klipsch and Sony speaker display, so you can hear every speaker they offer. For those of you who go to Best Buys, you know how rare it is to find one, let alone all of these at one place. So I frequent, as in I am an Elite Plus member with a ridiculous 45-day return policy. That store, because it's 10 minutes from home, usually has what I want, and price matches real quick. Also, some of the staff are friends. Now to the store. On the day in question, I was after some new memory for my PC build, which had just gotten a major GPU upgrade. Standing in the aisle of 4 people, 2 blue-shirted employees who customers looking at the gaming mice setup. Now, the way the store is set up, they were standing in front, backs to it, the area I needed unlocked to get my memory. Not wanting to be rude, I decide to penitently and quietly wait for them to be done. Though as it drags, I begin to eavesdrop, as you do. Again, not wanting to be rude, I keep my mouth shut, though that option's quickly taken from me, not by the cutters, who can see I'm not an employee because of my red shirt, but by the employee. The conversation is a little spotting. I blame my lack of sleep. In fact, I was teaching summer school algebra, but it went a little like this. BEM, best employee male; BEF, best buy employee female; CM, customer male; CF, customer female; me, mitotic error. Note: so from what I gather beforehand, CM and CF were trying to pick out a mice for the 40's PC and had enlisted the help of BEF, who didn't know what she was doing, so she called in the resident expert BEM, who was more well versed in it. He and I knew one another. BEF: I just not sure of this stuff myself. BEM: I know about some of this stuff, but I'm mostly a parts guy. Notices me in the corner of his eye. This guy, however, points at me. Can for sure help us out here. CM, CF, and BEF all look bewildered. CF: does he even work here? BEM: no, but ME is in this section often enough that he knows way more than I do, and he keeps up on all the latest trends. CM: so which one do you me? This is going to sound insulting, but the manner I said it was not. Oh, you don't want what I have. It's a little on the pricey side and may not be worth it for what you're doing. CF: really? Which one? Me, pointing at the most expensive Logitech on the shelf, the G903, that one with that mouse pad, the Power Play. CM: why so expensive? In short, for those who don't know, the G903 is a wireless mouse capable of taking a wireless charger module and uses the Power Play mousepad as a wireless charger, meaning no battery, ever. That's about the long and short of how a Best Buy employee made me has Expert Connect. Turns out I could answer all of the questions in short order, and they walked out with smiles. Say, if an expert like that keeps coming back, you must be doing something right. The male employee opened the memory cabinet for me, and I also walked out with a smile. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and if you feel the urge, click the support us link and help us out. We have big plans for the show, but need to raise $600 for software license to make those plans a reality. Have an idea for a topic or just feedback about the show? Shoot us an email at opinions@mentallyDamaged.com.